Okay, I've lost about 50 kilos now. From there. My name is Christine Kennedy. I'm 44 years old and I've lost approximately 50 kilos, which is about 110 pounds, I believe. I have a large family. My eldest child is 21, almost 21. My youngest child is 3 years old, and there's another 9 in between, so that's 11 altogether. Having such a large family is very busy and it's a lot of fun. There's always something going on at my place and I've got to be on my toes to be there for my kids. My life's changed a lot since I've lost so much weight. For me, when I was at my biggest, I didn't like myself very much at all. I didn't feel comfortable in my body. I didn't feel that I was attractive to my husband, and I didn't feel that I could do what I needed to for my kids. As a young person, I was quite fit and agile, and I played a lot of sport. But when I was married and we started having children, I guess that's when I started to put on weight, and just a little bit between each child. And I had a lot of times during my pregnancies that I tried different things to lose weight, and I was very successful. I lost 20 kilos at one stage, but I put 25 back on, and I yo-yoed a lot between being thinner and being bigger until finally my weight ballooned and I was wearing size 24, and it was very difficult to fit into those clothes, and I just knew that I had to do something. I felt quite distressed, I guess, about that, and probably depressed because I had tried so many things before and I felt like I had failed because I was so big. I was looking on the internet and I saw the Gabriel method, the book, and so I thought, well, I've tried so many other things, you know, everything crazy from pills to diets to whatever. I may as well try this. This guy looks genuine. I'll give it a go. I read the book. I read the first part of the book and I was in tears. I just knew that Jon had something real, and this wasn't just a fad or another thing that wasn't going to work for me. It sounded like this guy knew what he was talking about, and he'd been there and he'd done this. So I was very excited about reading the book, and I read through the first couple of chapters of the book, and I got to a chapter on emotional obesity. And when I was reading that chapter, I knew that I had found what was holding me back. Jon talks about having a trigger and a fat switch that you can turn on and off. And if you can find what it is that's holding you back, and you can flick that trigger, you can turn your fat switches off, and that enables your body to not want to be fat anymore and to lose weight more easily. So over the next few months, things happened in my life and I worked through this. I talked with my husband about it and we cried together, and he helped me through it. And certain events happened and I realised that something was changing for me, and I was dealing with that issue that was holding me back. And all of a sudden it was like a trigger, a switch flicking over. I knew that I was ready to lose weight. I knew that it had been dealt with and it was in the past. I even felt like I was already a thin person, even though I was still as big as I was before. I knew that I could step out of that and move forward. So the weight fell off easily. I lost the 44 kilos by the time I wanted to lose it. I got to my set point that I wanted to be at, and after that I still kept eating well and lost a few more kilos as well, and this is the weight I am now, and I have been this weight now for about 10 months, and it's been no struggle. When I started losing my weight, I felt like I wanted to reward myself, and also to give myself some reminders of why I was doing what I was doing. So every charm on here means something to me, and it kind of helps me to have something tangible and a reminder, and helps me to visualize why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I started with this one, which is a little girl, and it's because losing my weight was making me start to feel young again, and to be able to be more active like I used to be. And so I was doing it for myself. All right, I was losing weight for my husband so that I could be attractive to him again, for him. I know he loves me, okay. but I wanted to feel attractive for him again. So that's what that one's for. The next one's a pram. I wanted to be able to be there for my kids and when the time came for my grandkids too. So I didn't want to be a granny in a wheelchair or not being able to walk around and play. I wanted to be active and pushing the pram, and so that's what that's for. And I do actually now have a granddaughter. So the next one is a key. By this stage, I'd lost 21 kilos. So this is my 21, and I found the key to my weight loss success. There it is. This one says, I love you. And that's a message to me, from me, because I'm starting to love myself again, loving the way I am and knowing that I can do this and feel good about myself again. This one is a rose, and it's blooming. And that's the way I see myself. When I was coming out of being so big and becoming smaller, I was starting to bloom, starting to blossom. This one's a little evening pouch because I feel like going out again. I didn't before, I wanted to hide, but now I feel like going out and being around people more. This one's a butterfly. For me, part of my visualization also, it relates to this. When I thought of myself before being big, it was a cocoon wrapped around me, and it was there for a reason. It was there to keep me safe until I was ready. Okay, and the butterfly is a symbol of me breaking out of that cocoon and flying free, because now I'm ready to fly. So that's that one. When I got to this stage, I had also reached my goal weight, and this is a little one. It's a horseshoe from my support person, who was wishing me all the best with my future and telling me, well done for what you've done so far. So that's that one. And a little evening shoe, a high-heeled shoe, which I now can wear high heels again. I don't very often, but I can. And my last one here is my angel wings, because now I'm flying. I've let go of what was holding me back in the past. That's gone. It's not a part of my life anymore, and I don't need it. So I'm flying free. And this one I got recently. It's because what I've done through the Gabriel method is not just a weight loss program. This is a forever thing. This is a change of life, and so this is just a little symbol that says forever. And that's my bracelet thus far.